ready, Catawba Valley, for the real. I'm saying the real sports talk. Coming live from Flip's Barbershop from Newton, North Carolina, with your host, Dennis Lee, and co-host, Danny Hips. And you know, this your man, DJ P. Free, providing the sounds for your listening pleasure. Flip's Barbershop Sports Talk. Let's go!
All right, it's time to roll. Let's get this party started. Hey, we are always glad to have you here at Flip's Barbershop. It's Saturday morning after the regular season. All those regular season football games, high school football games last night are in the books. Everybody's sitting by waiting to see where the playoffs, those brackets come out. They'll be coming out here shortly from the High School Athletic Association. We'll know where everybody's going to be playing, who they're going to be playing, all those things. But before we get into all that, we're going to talk about some high school football. We're going to talk about some college football today, some big games, interesting games. And then we're going to talk about that NFL. It's a hot mess right now. Everybody thinks that this team's a better team, and seems like there's no consistency. We're going to talk about all those today. But before we do, let's talk about some sponsors. We want to recognize some of our sponsors here that support what we do. We love our sponsors, and we hope that you'll consider being a sponsor as well. But right out of the gate, let's recognize our sponsor, Dick's Cafe. It's right here in Newton, Conover, and they have a great menu. I was checking out their menu earlier today. They got a great breakfast. You can get an egg sandwich for $1.75. I didn't think you could buy anything for $1.75 anymore. I mean, who can do that? You can get an omelet. You can get anything you want breakfast. They can cook your eggs any way you want them, sideways, scrambled, upside down with some bacon, whatever you want. They got it. Check them out. They're a good place to eat, and you'll enjoy the company while you're there. You'll probably see some people that you know. It's a happening place, and you need to check it out. Also, one of our other sponsors, LKN Heating and Cooling. I don't know if you know this or not, but we've been having all this weather out here, and it's about to turn cold. And so if you don't have your heat system ready to go, you'll regret it. Kind of like in the summertime when you need that air conditioner to be running. These are the folks that can take care of you with that. They can check your units out, make sure you are good to go. They do residential, commercial installation. They do service and repair. A lot of good stuff there. Logan Henschel is the owner, and it's LKN Heating and Cooling. Check them out. Get yourself ready for Old Man Winter. He's coming. All right, with that, let's jump into a little football. So really the two main storylines this football season, we've talked about how good the football programs are here in Catawba County. And so I'm proud to say that even though one of them is not my team, that Bunker Hill Bears and the Hickory Tornadoes just finished off an undefeated season. That's not easy to do. So kudos to them. Can we give them a shout out over there? Thank you. Congratulations to both those programs. I know their coaching staffs have worked hard. We had them in here early in the summer when they were still out there working hard, and those kids have bought into that program, and a lot of good things have happened for them. So they're 10-0 or 11-0, whichever it is with the crazy schedule that we have. But to go through an undefeated season, I don't know when the last time Bunker Hill went undefeated. I think it was in the 60s. I'm not sure about that. But regular season being undefeated is a high accomplishment, and forever they're going to be the conference champs for the 2023 football season. Congratulations, kudos to them. The Bears came out with a little bit of a slow start last night. They played the Bandage Trojans, and the Bandage Trojans hung in there with them for a little while. I was listening to those scores at my game, keeping up with that, and the Bears and Trojans were staying pretty close. I think the closest that I heard it at the end was about 21-14, and from there the Bears hit another gear and kicked it out and put some distance between the two of them. Hickory Red Tornadoes played Statesville, always a very athletic team, and athletes really across the field. But Joe Glass ain't playing around, and his athletes took care of business last night as well. Pretty big blowout in that one. some crazy games around. You know, we have a big rivalry last night at Maiden. It was a crazy start. We'll talk about that a little bit. In the end, the Blue Devils pulled away from that one as well. And probably the biggest surprise in that conference would have been last night. The West Lincoln Rebels, who the only loss they had was to Bunker Hill. Last night they played the Lincolnton Wolves, and the Wolves pulled it off. They pulled out the victory, pulled it out, and it really went down to the wire. At the very end of the game, the Lincolnton Wolves were leading 19-17. The Rebels got themselves in position to check out and see if they could do anything, and had a field goal opportunity at the end of the game and didn't make it. So they fell a little short. Game-winning field goal was no good, and Lincoln won. So let me kind of break down how it looks in the conference now. So Bunker Hill, we just mentioned, they're undefeated. That's a great season. And then you have two teams in that conference, actually make it three teams in that conference with 2 losses. So West Lincoln beat Maiden, but they also lost to Bunker Hill and last night Lincoln. So Maiden lost to Bunker Hill, but also lost to West Lincoln. So Lincoln last night with that win gave them 2 losses in the conference. So right now, Bunker Hill's the conference champs. The other 3 teams have 2 losses. I don't know what that's good for. And what people may or may not understand is it used to be that the playoff brackets were set by where you finished in that conference, whether you be first, second seed, third seed, those things. That's out the door. It's out of the window. It's out of the house. So now what they use is there's a group out in Los Angeles, California, and they established the RPI rating system. And in that RPI rating system, it bases your ranking on your wins, losses. It also ranks you on the quality of teams that you play during the season. And I will tell you, as you can hear in this, these other teams have kind of knocked each other off. So it's kind of crazy that, they all finish up with 2 losses. The strength of schedule, it will come out today on how that turns out. I'm guessing that Maiden will be either like a RPI rank 14, 15 kind of range. I would say going into last night, West Lincoln would have been a little better than that. Lincoln would have been a little worse than that. So it'll be interesting to see how it comes out today. I think that West Lincoln will probably still drop some, but I think that they will be the higher seed between the Rebels, the Blue Devils, and the Wolves. Some other teams still got some dog in the fight, as you would say, with regard to having hopes for playoff position. We'll see how that happens, but we'll talk about all that. We're going to take a quick break right here, and we'll sort out all that, and hopefully we'll get some statistics on that and some brackets to know who's playing who today. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back on the flip side of Flip's Barbershop. All right. We're back. So let's we'll pick it back up on that previous conversation where we're talking about those RPI rankings. I got some pulled up here, and we'll kind of go through. That doesn't mean that that's how it is. This was before last night, so there might be some tweaking here or some tweaking there. The number 1 ranked team in the 2A division is Clinton. So I'll go through that till you hear some common names. It's got Clinton, Forest Hills, Reedsville. We all know Reedsville, who they are and what they do. Northeastern, Southwest Edgecombe, Salisbury, East Duplin, Community School of Davidson. That one surprises me. And so coming in at number 9 are the Bunker Hill Bears. So they'll definitely be a home seed. and they should play at home for as many games as they want to, right up till the third or fourth round. So it'll get a little tricky there. But the Bunker Hill Bears RPI rating right now is 9. As I scroll down through here, there's some other teams out there that'll put it in perspective for you. Shelby's RPI rating is 17. West Lincoln is 18, or it was before last night. Maiden's ranking would be 25 there. I would tell you that all those I think will be adjusted here later, but Lincoln would be in that one as a 38. And then as you just keep going, Bandy's would be down just inside the top 50 at number 50. So that's kind of crazy when you look at that, how that goes. With the 3A rankings, looking for the Hickory Red Tornadoes, there's lots of teams there. The Hickory Red Tornadoes are ranked 7th in those rankings. And, again, just take that with a grain of salt. That was before last night. Hickory did get their victory. Bunker Hill did get their victory. And Maiden and Lincoln out of those teams got the victory last night. So it should help them a little bit. But we'll see. I would think that the Hickory Red Tornadoes, Bunker Hill Bears are 100% locked in. They're going to be at home this Friday night. And they earned it. They earned it the hard way. So the good friend of mine says that the Maiden Blue Devils are 99.997 that they are also going to have a home game. So we'll see who they end up playing and who all these folks end up playing. There'll also be some folks on the road for West Lincoln. I would anticipate that they're going to have a home game as well. So one thing that kind of has happened in the last couple of years, in these first rounds, they play people within the same conference or in that second round matchup with people in that same conference. So, you could have another playback or a second chance where the Bunker Hill Bears could play Maiden again, or West Lincoln could play Lincoln again, or any of those things. Newton Conover Bandies could play again. You never know how that's going to go, but for the last couple of years, they have put regional teams in the same bracket. I don't like that myself. I like to see the other teams and see how that works. And that way, but they spread them out some way and let them kind of the dog eat dog and eliminate those folks. So we'll see, but hopefully by the end of this podcast, we'll have some information on some brackets if they come out. Usually they come out mid-morning on the Saturday after the last regular season game, and that would be today. So we'll figure that out. We'll keep up with it, but I'd love for somebody to jump on the Facebook page or the podcast page that we have. Give us some comments, give us some questions, tell us about your team. There was a lot of hype during the season. The majority of it came from Claremont over at Bunker Hill, and they had a lot to hype about. And I will tell you again, congratulations to them. They could have very easily went through a couple of those big games and had a hiccup and let off the gas a little bit, but they didn't. They kept their foot on the pedal and got through and got across the finish line. But love to hear who they think they're going to play and how they're going to do in the playoffs and those things. And from all that I see and hear, all those teams are healthy. They have a good football team and healthy people. I did hear that possibly last night the quarterback from West Lincoln got hurt during the game. I think it was in the second half, so I don't know what that's going to play out for them or how that'll play out, but I'm sure they'd want him back. But right now, these teams have to focus. Whatever happened during that regular season, whether you're 7-4, 8-3, 9-2, 11-0, undefeated, it don't matter. It's 0-0 right now. It's a new season. It's a new start, and it's win or go home. And that's a different kind of scenario. So a little more pressure in those situations. The coaches sometimes get a little tight. The kids get a little nervous. We'll see how that happens. But would love to hear some feedback or some contact from some folks giving us anything. We got anything out there yet?
Not yet, just something on NFL.
All right, what's the NFL? Let's talk about that. We'll peek into that.
All right, yeah, we got somebody. Hold on. Yeah, we got my man. Who's that? Derek Rogers.
Oh, I'm sure it's something about the Ravens, right?
No, he's got Washington football team 31 and Philly 13.
Philly 13, Washington 31. I'd take that. I bet you. I don't think he's going to offer any bets on that one.
No,
Yeah, I mean, that's
not.
bad. That's bad. That's bad. So let's just jump from the high school. We'll hopefully hear from some of those folks a little later on. We may get a call in from one of our area coaches. I know they had late nights last night. I know they were all staying up late looking, trying to figure out who and where they were going to be playing. So we're going to let them sleep in a little bit. But some college football games this week that are kind of big. Last week, the North Carolina Tar Heels laid an egg against their one of their rivals, Virginia. Seems like Virginia has their name and their number every single year. Kind of felt like that might be a possibility, and I may have wished it to come true because the Tar Heels played awful, but kudos to the Virginia Cavaliers who now have 2 victories. Yep. Knocked the Tar Heels out of the top 10. But some other good games on schedule today that you may want to tune into. Tennessee versus Kentucky. You know, there's been a lot of hype about both those teams, and Tennessee's trying to crow a little bit, but we'll see what they got. They are the favorite to win. And another great game in the ACC would be Louisville, the Cardinals versus the Duke Blue Devils. So the Duke Blue Devils started off pretty well in the season, had a lot of success, pulled off the victory over Notre Dame. They go into this game a 4-point underdog against Louisville, but I really think that the Duke Blue Devils, even though they're not a team that I pull for, I think they got a solid football team, good coaching, and could pull that off today. The Tar Heels of North Carolina will be playing Georgia Tech. They are heavy favorites, but with the way they play, you never know. I think one of the more interesting games of the day is going to be Oklahoma and Kansas. Oklahoma's got their feelings hurt. They could definitely hook up the wagon and take a good roll on that. Also, the Clemson Tigers. I know that after all those championships, we got Clemson Tiger fans everywhere. Everybody's on that bandwagon. They're a little more quiet now than they used to be, but they're playing the Wolfpack of NC State today. Clemson's favored to win that one by 11. Yeah, that's right. The Tigers should roll on that. I think that the Wolfpack has had struggles each week and will continue to have them. Nebraska and Purdue, the Cornhuskers against the Boilermakers, and that should be a really, really close game, tight. Maryland Terrapins up against Northwestern today. One that is really generating a lot of interest and a lot of comments here at the Barbershop this morning is this one right here, Air Force. Air Force is playing Colorado State. So I think that Air Force is definitely the favorite, but to give Colorado State 13 points might be a stretch. I don't know. They've played well this year, and they've played well against some good teams. And it's been a while since we've heard one of the armed services teams, Army, Navy, Air Force, all those folks. It's really been a while since we've had one of those really good football teams from them. But, however, the Air Force is their schedule's not been as tough as some of the others, but you still got to win. They don't make the schedule. They just play the games, and they've won them. And so this time it'll be Air Force against Colorado State. That's going to be an interesting one to watch. As you know, I'm sure you've heard and you've seen constantly that the Colorado State team is always in the media. Prime keeps them there, and he's got them really at the front page. This may be the best game of the night or day. It'll be Oregon versus Utah. Utah is the team that, like, nobody wants to play. Nobody wants to play Utah. They're the underdog, but it's like one of those little chihuahuas nipping at your ankle when you're trying to walk down the neighborhood on the street or on the sidewalk. They never go away. USC struggled, had a hiccup last week. They're got an in-state rival this week against the California Bears. I think they're going to walk. And you got Washington State, Arizona State, Oregon State, Arizona, Georgia. Now let's talk about them Bulldogs. You know, they got that bandwagon group too. They're playing Florida today. I think that Florida is going to have a bigger test than they want. I think that Georgia's going to walk the dog, no pun intended, and I don't think that the Gators are going to be in that game very much. There's a 15-point spread. People think that Florida's going to give them a little better game than that. We'll see. I don't believe it. The closest game of the day, Iowa State, the Cyclones against Baylor. And then I know in the SEC, for a lot of people, this is a big game, Auburn and Mississippi State. That's the rundown of all the big games that are out there. Pick your poison. Pick out which team you want. Pull for your team. Whatever you're going to do, should be some great games on there today. And I will tell you, as the season's checking them off 1 week at a time, it's getting really close to those 4 playoff teams that's going to come and be able to be in that playoff. And right now, there's some teams out there that there's a little. I think this team's better. No, I think that team's better. It's a little bit of that. Michigan, the Wolverines, Ohio State, also the Georgia Bulldogs. I think they are the front runners in there. There's a couple, probably another 3 to 4 teams that are kind of on that outside edge of that, but we'll see. But Ric Flair used to say it best: to be the champ, you got to beat the champ. And the Georgia Bulldogs are the champs until somebody sets them up. So think about that. We'll take another quick break here at Flip's Barbershop. We'll talk a little more football. We'll talk about the NFL and the hot mess that they're in, and we'll have a little fun with that. So check us back out. We'll be right here on Flip's Barbershop. We're back. We're going to keep on this football talk. Again, you can find us on Flip's Barbershop. It's on Facebook and a couple other options out there. Please have a look at it. Give us a call. Give us a comment. Ask us any question. Tell us about your favorite team, the team you like the worst, who you think is going to win, who you think is going to lose. We want to hear it all from you here at Flip's Barbershop. We got a lot going on, and we definitely want to have part of those conversations. Again, special thanks to our sponsors, LKN Heating and Cooling. We appreciate their support. Call them up. Get your heating unit all ready to go, all fired up. I know this pretty sunshine out here today ain't going to stay forever, and there's going to be some cool days and some cool nights, and you're going to need that. Again, also, if you want a good breakfast, Dick's Cafe is the place. Come and check them out. They can feed you whatever you want, and you're going to really, really like the price of it. It's a whole lot cheaper. It's a lot more personal than going through the Bojangles Drive-In. Come check them out. So a little football talk right now before we get in the NFL and talk about individual teams. I will tell you that watching the NFL in the past 2 weeks has been nerve-wracking. You know, for a little while we had some – yeah, that's exactly right. Oh, no. It was we had some power rankings, and, you know, this team was looking like they're just coming out of the gates hot. You know, the Eagles are the best team out there. Oh, wait, no. San Francisco's got the best defense and the best offense. But, hey, look out for the Cheetah. You know, the Miami Dolphins are rolling. And all these good teams that are out there are having hiccups along the way. They're not being able to consistently do what they're going to have to. And I know it's the NFL, and I know there's a lot of parity, and there's a lot of upsets here or there. But I'm curious to know two things. Who's the best team in the NFL right now? Who is that best team? and what's the biggest upset for the weekend. So I will tell you that I'm going to have my thoughts on that, but I'm going to walk around the barbershop and see who we think is the best football team in the NFL. So you got me right here? All right, so what I want to know over here is right now, the way it is, who do you think is the best football team in the NFL right now? Best football team in the NFL, not who was there in the preseason, not who you thought won last year, not any of that thing. Who right now in the current situation is the best NFL team? All right, Sherrod, tell me who you got. Don't you say Giants. Don't you say it.
Hey, if I say Giants, that's my thought. But I'm really going to say it's still just a toss-up.
You got to pick one.
That one team.
That one team. That's right. That's right. All right, so right here, all right, who do you think is the best team in the NFL right now?
I'm going to say Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. The Eagles, maybe. I don't know. They got some hiccups. Who you got?
I'm going to go with Baltimore.
The Ravens. You know, nobody's really got them as much on the radar, but I'll tell you, Lamar is sneaking in there. All right, so who you got for the best team in the NFL?
Yeah, I got Ravens, too.
Yeah, so the Ravens. We got two Ravens out here. I say a head shaker. You know who's the best team right now. Put it on them.
What about them Cleveland Browns?
Hey, they might have the best defensive player in the NFL. He showed out last week, and I know that they're playing good, but they got a lot of work to do. I don't know if they're the best or not. Who you got?
I'm undecided. I really don't know.
Undecided. Hey, that's where I'm at. Gary, who you got?
I got Philly.
Philly, listen, they're hard to beat. They're pretty good, but they still got some work to do, too. Oh, I hear they ain't winning Sunday. All right, Flip, who you got?
Man, it pains me to say this, but probably Philly.
Philly, yep. Yeah, they are. Listen, I think Philly had the best off-season draft. They're still on the open market, wheeling and dealing, filling some spots. Listen, show me the money. That's what they're saying.
It's hard for me to pick any team over my Cowboys.
You sure they ain't gonna sit in that chair and say that the Cowboys are the best team in the NFL right now, are you?
Yes, they are.
Hey, listen, I like the loyalty. I'm gonna say that.
Hey, only Dallas Cowboy fans are allowed in my chair anyway.
I understand. So I will tell you that nobody has mentioned the San Francisco 49ers. So I'm telling you, I can play it back now. If y'all want me to play back these other rewinds we had, everybody thought that at that moment San Francisco had the best defense and that they were clicking on all cylinders on offense. And now Purdy boy is out. He's hurt, got a concussion. Debo's out. Purdy has had a couple bad games. He's thrown some really bad interceptions. He's cost them a little bit. But so I really think that what I'm hearing is that in the NFC it sounds like that the Philadelphia Eagles right now. And I think that on the AFC it is really hard to get off of the Baltimore Ravens right now with the way that they're playing with Andrews. Listen, they're talking about trading and getting Derrick Henry. You know, there's a lot of trades going on. There's a lot of things going on. And back to that Cleveland comment, I just want to talk about that Cleveland thing. Their defense is pretty good, but let me tell you, Kareem Hunt's he's doing pretty good back there in the back, and Deshaun Watson's supposed to be getting healthier every day. We'll see what happens with that. He's still got some work to do, but hey, that's where it's at right there. So now the next question is, best in college. All right, we'll do that with you. Utah. See, we talked about Utah a while ago. That best team that he's talking about is a 7-point underdog this week. So I don't know if they're the best, but I guarantee you this. It is the team that nobody wants to play. Nobody wants to play against Utah right now because I'm telling you, they will. Yeah, it's tough. And they got a backup quarterback. They just reload. So we'll take it back to the chair over here, but that's interesting to know. Anybody got a big upset, best upset of the week this week? Anybody? Upset of the week? I think the Carolina Panthers are going to get their first victory this week against the Houston team. I mean, I don't know if they will. They got to win sometime, maybe. But that's my underdog pick and my surprise pick of the week. So Washington will beat Philadelphia. All right, I'm gonna get this on camera so we can have that for next week.
See it. Washington Redskins will beat Philadelphia Sunday, guaranteed.
So didn't they already play one time? But it was a good game, right? Philly's going to run the score up on them this time. We'll see. But I will tell you now, the Redskins or the Commanders, they're getting a little better. They just they got to work that defense out. They're giving up 30 points a game. That's hard to win. All right, so we'll just take that from there, and we'll see what's going. We'll go down through these games right quick, talk about who's got what, and see what's going on. So several games on the slate this week. First game up, and it's a pick 'em really. So with this first game, it could go either way, and both of them have had a lot of unpredictable things going on. It's the Indianapolis Colts against the Saints, the New Orleans Saints. That's a dead even game, and it's both of them have had some highlights and some lowlights. I think that I would go with the Indianapolis Colts. That's probably who I would do, just because the Saints have been really, really inconsistent. This next game, Pittsburgh's playing a little better. The Steel Nation Steelers are playing a little better. They're going to be the underdog against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm going to take the Jaguars on that one because I think they're playing pretty good and having some success. They're spreading the ball. They're very balanced on offense. Here's my upset for the week. I just said that. I think that the Carolina Panthers are going to get out of the basement with all those losses, and they're going to break the streak, and they're going to upset Houston. Oh, no! That's what I think. So we talked a lot, and the majority of the folks here this morning said that the best team in the NFL right now, today, is the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Eagles are playing within their division. They're playing the Commanders out of Washington. It was a pretty close game last time. A lot of folks here don't think that it's going to be close this time, and I'm going to agree with that, and I'm going to take the Eagles on that one as well. The Dallas fans have somehow crawled back into the shadows. I hadn't heard them as much lately. I did hear one gentleman over here. He said he thinks they're still the best team in the NFL. We'll see. They're playing the Rams this week, and the Dallas Cowboys are favored by 7. The only thing I would say about the Cowboys this week is that they had a week off last week, so they've had 2 weeks to prepare for this football game. Listen to all this chatter back here. I got them all fired up about who's winning this game. Listen, I love it. But I think that the Dallas Cowboys are going to be very well prepared, and I think they're going to win this game. So, last week the New England Patriots showed up, and they knocked off a good football team. And this week the Patriots are playing Miami, and the Patriots are 10-point underdogs. Bill Belichick is probably going to go down as one of the greatest football coaches in NFL ever based off his record. I don't know if he is the best, but his record shows that he might be. So the Miami Dolphins are playing New England this week, and I think the Dolphins' offense still causes problems for a lot of people, and I think that they will walk in that one. So this will be an interesting one, the Battle of New York. So we got the Jets and the Giants. The Giants have had tremendous struggles. The Jets had a rough start, but they've come on and played a little better. Quarterback play's been a little improved than it was at the first of the year after the injury and the loss of Aaron Rodgers. But I would tell you that the Jets are the favorite here, but it's going to be a tight game for sure. This one's a toss-up. You never know. Both these teams have struggled all year, and they're very inconsistent. It's Atlanta Falcons and Tennessee Titans. That one's a toss-up. You can pick it which way you want. A pretty big division rivalry with the next one with the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings look like world beaters last Monday night on Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, whatever it is. That saying Kirk Cousins, I kept waiting for him to walk off the field and say, you like that. But they played well. He played extremely well. I don't know how he's going to play this week because, it's kind of like flip a coin to see which Kirk Cousins you're going to get. But I'm going to say that the Vikings beat the Packers. The Packers have not shown me anything of greatness, but they're just kind of in that middle of the road. The next one out west, Seattle Seahawks against the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns pulled off a big win last week. They're starting to heat up a little bit. Defensively, they may have the best defensive front line up there. They've got some really tough ones up there, and they're the underdog, though. Seattle's projected to win. I think I would say Cleveland wins that game tonight or this week. The Chiefs, they are probably – I'm surprised nobody mentioned them as the best team in the NFL. They are Super Bowl champs. They are a very good football team. They've got a very good combination of Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey. And plus, Kelsey's girlfriend. I mean, I don't know if y'all have heard this or not, if anybody's seen anything about that, but Taylor Swift's around there too. So, I mean, that's all we hear on the football games. But I'm saying that the Chiefs are definitely top 3 in the NFL, but nobody mentioned them here today. San Francisco 49ers facing Cincinnati Bengals. I think that will be a tremendous game. Again, Brock Purdy is out with a concussion. He will not be playing. So from there, a familiar name for a lot of people in this area, Sam Darnold will be the quarterback. Former quarterback of the Carolina Panthers and the New York Jets. He'll be the backup quarterback and starting in this quarterback role as a starter for San Francisco this week. That's going to be an interesting game and see how that works. But Cincinnati's starting to pick up a little steam. And I'll say this one for our listener, Derek Rogers. I don't know if he put anything else on there, but he's a big Baltimore Ravens fan, and they got several votes today as the best team in the NFL. I don't know if that's true, but they are definitely playing better than they were. And I think that they will have a cakewalk against the Arizona Cardinals. You got any comments on that?
Oh, yeah. I've been missing out over here. But we got a lot of comments over here.
All right, let me go through these, and we'll come right back to those comments.
All right, that sounds
good. So I got
good.
a couple more. We got the Chargers versus the Chicago Bears. I think the Chicago Bears are horrible. I think they've been horrible. They had a good game when they let Fields run around a little bit and create problems. Fields is still hurt. They got some problems, and I think the Chargers are going to beat the wheels off of them. And the Monday Night Football game will be interesting. The Detroit Lions and the Raiders. The Raiders always seem to have some kind of chaos going on in the front office. Somebody's mad. Somebody's wanting some more money. Somebody this, somebody that. The Detroit Lions are quietly, very sneakily climbing up through the ranks, and I think that Goff, Amari St. Brown, some of their running backs, Jahmyr Gibbs, and some others are starting to get the hang of it. So I would go with the Lions on that. So that's kind of the rundown of the NFL. Let's throw them to me. What we got comment-wise?
Well, I need to try to see if I can find all these comments because it looked like it's a lot, but it's not too many coming through. But I'll tell you what, let's go to a break and see.
All right, we'll check it out. We're going to take
right.
a quick break right here at Flip's Barbershop. Join in with us, talk to us, tell us what's on your mind. Who do you think is the best team in the NFL? We'll find out right after this break, and we'll be back on the Flip Shop.
Reloaded.
Hey, whenever you're ready.
Let's go. We live.
All right. We're back here at Flip's Barbershop. As always, we appreciate all the sponsorship that we have. Just a shout out to LKN Heating and Cooling. We appreciate those. Give them a call. Mr. Henshaw will take care of you. He'll get you fixed up, ready for old man winter. And also Dick's Cafe, a great place to eat. Good hometown folks. They'll treat you right. They'll feed you even better. So check them out. We appreciate their sponsorship. If you're interested in a sponsorship, reach out to us. You can find us on the webpage and on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You can find us all those places. Let us know if you're interested. We'll put your name out there for you. So back to this NFL stuff. We found any comments here?
Yeah, we got one from Alexandra. What was that? I'm just messing this name all up. Hold on. Atlanta. Yeah, ALANNA.
Oh, Atlanta. Okay, yeah, she's saying fly, Eagles, fly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I got these right here. I'm looking at it. So let's see right here.
Yeah.
Mars Hill, some people there. I know that Matt Davis, friend of ours, he's driving there now in the snow maybe. I don't know. We'll see what that turns out to be. Fly, Eagles, fly. There's no doubt about that. Eagles, again, per Alana, she's saying Eagles all the way, per Dennis. You know, Dennis, I don't know if anybody knows where Dennis is today, but he's out. So I'm here by myself. So I called to check on Dennis, and most of the time I hit the call button. So I just call him, hey, Dennis, what's up? Hey, man, you good? Blah, blah, blah. We talk all that. Today, accidentally, right before I came in here, I hit the little thing that gives you the camera. What is that? The you know, where you FaceTime. Yeah, you know us old people, we struggle with that. But so FaceTime, I hit the FaceTime instead of the call. So I called Dennis trying to figure out where he's at and all that good stuff. So he's in Wilmington, and man, like it's like 9:30 in the morning, and it was a bad image. He was down there on the beach in Wilmington in that Speedo bathing suit he had, man. Man, I will tell you what, that messed me up. I was going up to Dick's Cafe to get me some breakfast. It messed up my breakfast, man. So Dennis is out this week, but he's on some personal time, and he'll be back next week, and we'll get him all fixed up. So appreciate him giving us a break today, and I know he's resting up. I guarantee you he would be one that would say that the Eagles are the best team out there. So Dennis, safe travels. Enjoy your time while you're down there sunning and funning up at Wilmington. We appreciate that. Again, Derek Rogers says, go Redskins. You know, we'll see. I think he's pulling against the Eagles because he doesn't like them. But several other folks on here, and they're talking. Feel free to put them out there. We'll talk about that, and we'll figure that out. But that's kind of the layout for the NFL games this week. Go ahead.
Yeah, Atlanta, she had a couple comments. Well, looked like she had a couple comments, Atlanta. She said, tell baby boy to bet on it.
Bet on it. That's what. Put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah,
bet.
Said, tell baby boy to bet on it.
Baby boy, bet on it.
And Derek Rogers said,
ain't no telling.
Eagles are who we thought they were. Eagles are who we thought they were.
Oh, he went old school.
Yeah.
He went old school.
Did he?
They are who we thought they are. I think that was Dennis Green, right? $20, Dennis. He wants $20 on the game, Dennis. You better call in. He's trying to take some of your money. $20. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh, $20 is $20. That's what they say.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Cincinnati with the upset against the Niners. I think that's very possible. I think that's probably Cleveland and Cincinnati. That's the two upsets I'm hearing out of Flip's Barbershop today. And I'm going to stick with my Panthers. I'm going to stick with not my Panthers, your Panthers. I'm going to stick with your Panthers. That's going to be my upset pick of the week. But we'll see what happens. But, all right, so a couple more things just to go back. I'm going to try to see if I can get a football coach on the line where we can talk about a little high school football maybe and see what's going on with that. If you'll just give me 1 second, we'll try to get them hooked up, and we'll be right back. And then this will be our last break, and we'll wrap it up for today. All right, catch us on the flip side, Flip's Barbershop.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We're back. Flip's Barbershop. Talking a little football here this morning. Getting through the high school football. Congratulations again, just to flip back there. Congratulations to the Hickory High Red Tornadoes undefeated season.
And you know this, man.
Not just one team in the Catawba Valley football mecca. Two teams. The Bunker Hill Bears also an undefeated regular season. Congratulations to both those teams, their coaches, their fans, and their communities. Big times coming up starting this week. Again, we mentioned that earlier. It's the playoffs. It doesn't matter how many games you won in the regular season. Right now, it's win or go home, and or stay home maybe for the Bears or the Hickory Red Tornadoes. So we'll see what happens there. We'll know those brackets here in just a little while. And hopefully we might be able to post those brackets up on our webpage when they come out. So let us be your source of information for see where everybody's going to be playing. Set your tailgating plans up. Some people go on the road. Some people will be at home. But for sure, we already know that there's going to be at least 3 home football games in the Catawba County and the Catawba Valley. So you'll be able to check out a home game at Bunker Hill High School, as the Bears will go in highly ranked, the Red Tornadoes in Hickory, and then the Maiden Blue Devils will get a home football game as well. So we wish them all the best, and we'll go from there. But, again, some great college football games out here today, and some getting closer down the stretch as they're trying to figure out when these 14 playoff teams will be selected. So every game here in matters, and it can put you in or it can take you out. So we're still trying to figure out who the best team in the NFL is. We'll know some more after this week, and we'll do that. Pull hard for your team. Be safe when you're pulling for it. And really, that's all I got, DJ Free. We appreciate all the work that you've done for us today, and that you always do. Just a great. Yep, that's right. We couldn't do it without you. But again, we'll be back next week. We'll do it again, and we'll have some more talk, and we'll be able to talk about some of those first round playoff games. Should be able to talk about the high school football. But also, before we kick this off, I just want to say World Series is on. It was a great baseball game last night, one-run game in the end, and it was kind of a walk-off. It's going to be that kind of series. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun to watch, even if my Braves are not in it. But right now, the Texas Rangers are leading that series 1-0. Stay tuned. We'll catch up with you on the flip side. It's been a good morning. Peace out. Be safe.
Thank you for joining us here at Flip's Barbershop. Also, catch us on the flip side. We'll be on YouTube. We'll be on iTunes. We'll also be on iHeartRadio, Spotify. We out there, baby. Catch us on the flip side. Peace out.